How to preserve your family photographs. Do you have old family photographs sitting at home just waiting for you to take care of them, but you don't know quite how? We have put together 5 easy-to-follow steps to help you look after your family treasures and make them last. 1. Handle with care. Our first and most important tip is to handle your photographs safely and carefully. Since there's always some risk in handling delicate photographs, it is worth asking yourself if you really need to touch them. If you do need to handle them, for example to archive them properly, you should always make sure you're working on a smooth and stable surface that has been cleaned and dried thoroughly. When working with photographs, we also recommend you wear gloves to avoid the risk of leaving fingerprints on the images. 2. Sort it out. Now that you're ready and well-equipped to handle your photographs, the next thing you want to do is go through them to work out what you have and create an organizational system. You could, for example, sort your analog photographs according to the different types of photographic processes. The most commonly found among family photos are photos on plastic or film supports, photos printed on paper supports, photos rendered on glass plates. While sorting through your collection, it might also be useful to differentiate between black and white and color photography. Then you can come up with further divisions. For example, you could sort them according to dates, themes, or even titles. Whatever works for you. Just make sure to stick to one system. This way, you will always be able to find what you're looking for. While you are in the process of sorting through your collection, and you are thinking of maybe getting rid of some of the photographs, we recommend that you always ask yourself if they have a heritage value. If so, they might be much appreciated by a public institute such as the CNA. 3. Getting to know your collection. Another important part of caring for your collection is to gather as much information about your photographs as you can. Dates, places, and people are always a good place to start. Have a close look at the images to see if you can glean more information from them. Here is a little pro tip. Sometimes it can be useful to take a picture of the photograph with your phone, so you can zoom in on things and have a closer look. Always remember to check on the back. Someone might have left you some useful information there. You can also add your own knowledge as well. Just make sure to only ever write on the back and to use a tip-average pencil rather than regular ballpoint pens, which could cause damage to the image and fade over time. We also strongly recommend you gather all the information about your collection in a spreadsheet or a similar document, so that you have it all in one place and don't have to touch the photos every time you want to check some information. 4. Looking after your treasures. If your photographs are grubby or dusty, you might have to give them a little clean. But before you get going, here are 2 things you should never do. Never use a Swiffer or similar to dust off your photos, and never try to clean them using water or soap. What you can do is use a very soft bristle brush to very, very gently dust your photos. Makeup brushes actually work very well for this and are easily accessible. If you find that some of your photographs are damaged, please do not try to fix them at home. Your safest bet is to take them to a professional, such as conservators, restaurateurs, archives, and other institutions specializing in this field, to let them have a look at it. 5. Time for some R&R. After you have prepped your collection, it is now time to find the perfect place to store them. We urge you to resist the temptation of storing your photographs in the attic or down in the basement, where the temperatures are not stable and they might be exposed to damage through flooding. If you want to make them last, what you need is a dark place with stable temperature and humidity. Another thing to consider is that the photos should be exposed as little as possible to light, dirt, and dust. Therefore, it makes sense to house them in a closed container. One option to store your collection is using albums. In this case, we recommend you use albums from cardboard or neutral acid-free paper with polyester, not plastic, sleeves and pages. If, however, you are storing your photos in bulk in a box, you should always remember to pop a piece of acid-free paper between the photographs to keep them from rubbing against each other and causing damage. we'll leave you with a few final thoughts on storage. If you are planning to frame some of your photographs, please be sure to select UV-protected glass and to never use adhesive tape to mount them. An easy way of mounting we would recommend is to use polyester corners. If you have any doubts, you can always contact a professional framer or shop to help you guide through it. And there you have it. 5 steps to follow to look after your family photographs like a pro.